This content is for educational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before making any dietary changes, especially if you are managing chronic health conditions or blood sugar concerns. Tonight, as you close your eyes and drift into what you believe is a peaceful rest, a silent, destructive process is taking place inside your bedroom. If you have crossed the threshold of 60, your body is committing a terrifying biological betrayal while you sleep. It is actively dismantling your own physical autonomy. It is systematically breaking down, melting away, and consuming your own muscle tissue from your legs, your arms, and your back just to survive the night. We have been conditioned to believe that aging naturally equals weakness, but the truth is far more sinister. Your body is starving for repair during the night, and in that starvation, it begins to eat itself. Welcome to EldraFit Nutrition. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. What if a single, deeply forgotten ritual, performed exactly 30 minutes before your head hits the pillow, could freeze this destruction in its tracks? Imagine eating just 3 specific, small dried fruits, the kind almost everyone walks right past in the grocery store without a second glance, paired with a small glass of warm milk. No heavy weightlifting, no choking down expensive, chemical-laden protein powders, and no synthetic supplements. Just 3 humble fruits delivering 6 precise biochemical compounds directly to your fading muscle fibers and weary nervous system during the single most critical repair window of your entire 24-hour cycle. Tomorrow morning, when you swing your legs out of bed and stand up, the familiar, frightening shakiness in your knees will be replaced by an undeniable sense of grounded stability. It will not be a sudden miracle, but it will be a real physical shift that forces you to pause and wonder what finally changed. What changed is that you stopped the midnight starvation of your muscles. Before we pull back the curtain on this mysterious fruit and uncover the exact science of how it rescues your physical independence, please take a quick moment to subscribe to our channel. Your subscription gives us the vital motivation to keep researching and creating these deeply transformative health insights for you. The tragic reality is that timing is not a minor detail in this process. Timing is the entire mechanism. If you consume these compounds too early or too late, you receive only a fraction of the benefit. But when hit precisely 30 minutes before sleep, you trigger an environmental shift that forces your body out of a state of muscle self-destruction and into a state of profound cellular synthesis. This 30-minute window ensures that as your brain begins its natural descent into sleep, these targeted nutrients reach peak concentration in your bloodstream, ready to quiet hyperactive nerves, eliminate toxic nighttime cortisol spikes, and shield your muscles from being cannibalized. Before we explore the powerful story of how this exact protocol completely revitalized a crumbling body, let us pause for a moment of reflection. Think about the reality of your own body when you first wake up. Please take a look at these 2 scenarios and tell us your reality in the comments below. A. Your body feels heavily fatigued, stiff, and deeply unstable, requiring you to sit or wait before you can safely take your first steps. B. Your body feels relatively light, anchored, and completely ready to move immediately without hesitation. Please type your answer, A or B, along with your age and your city in the comment section right now. Let us see who is fighting this hidden battle today. To truly comprehend how devastating this hidden nighttime destruction can be, we must look closely at the life of a man named Arthur. Arthur is 67 years old, a retired structural engineer living in Sydney, Australia. For over 4 decades, Arthur's entire life was dedicated to designing massive, enduring foundations capable of withstanding immense pressure. Yet, over the last 3 years, he was forced to watch the most vital structure he had ever known, his own body, begin to visibly crumble. It started with a subtle, frustrating weakness in his upper thighs, which slowly evolved into a terrifying daily reality. His mornings became a psychological battleground. He recounted to me how he would sit paralyzed on the edge of his mattress for 10 grueling minutes every single morning, white-knuckling the bed frame, whispering to himself, just waiting for his legs to feel stable enough to bear his weight. He felt like a prisoner in his own home, watching his physical freedom strip away month after month. What made Arthur's situation so heartbreaking was that he was doing everything right according to standard medical advice. He walked a dedicated mile every afternoon, he carefully performed light resistance stretches, and he faithfully drank expensive protein formulas designed specifically for senior health. Despite all his conscious efforts during the day, nothing altered those agonizing first 30 minutes of his morning. His muscles felt entirely drained of power upon waking, as though the night had punished his body rather than restored it. When we looked deeper into his nighttime patterns, the true culprit finally emerged. Arthur confessed that he rarely experienced genuine rest. He fell asleep easily, but would jolt awake 3 or 4 times every single night, his calf muscles locking up in sudden, agonizing cramps, and his lower back feeling intensely rigid. This was the definitive clue. Arthur's physical structure was trapped in a destructive metabolic loop. Because his vital mineral reserves were completely depleted by age and stress, his body was incapable of entering the deep, slow-wave sleep stage where muscle reconstruction actually happens. Instead, his system spent the night in a shallow, restless state that triggered an overproduction of cortisol. Cortisol is a brutal stress hormone that, when elevated at night, actively tears down healthy muscle tissue to convert it into emergency energy. Arthur was exercising by day, but his broken sleep machinery was systematically dissolving his muscles by night. He agreed to try the simple, exact protocol: 3 dried figs with a small glass of warm milk precisely 30 minutes before bed every night for 2 weeks. He offered the weary, doubtful smile of a man who had tried everything, but he committed to the timeline. By the 6th night, the internal chemistry began to shift. Arthur slept completely through the night without a single interruption for the first time in nearly 2 years. The morning leg weakness that he previously rated as a severe 8 out of 10 plummeted to a calm 4. By the 12th day, his legs felt profoundly anchored, solid, and capable. He was back on the local sports courts, moving with a fluid confidence he genuinely believed was gone forever. Arthur finally realized that his muscles were not failing because of his age. They were failing because they were starved of the overnight biochemical environment required to keep them alive. The invisible tragedy of muscle loss after 60 is not born from a lack of effort during the day, but from a profound biochemical failure that occurs in the darkest hours of the night. To understand why your body betrays you this way, we must examine the hidden architecture of sleep. Sleep is not a uniform state of oblivion. It is a carefully orchestrated series of stages, each serving a distinct biological purpose. The most sacred of these stages is deep, slow-wave sleep. This is the ultimate sanctuary for your physical body. During this profound state of rest, your brain triggers the release of the highest concentrations of human growth hormone, the absolute primary driver of muscle repair and muscle protein synthesis. It is during these hours that your body is supposed to aggressively mend the microscopic tears in your muscle fibers, rebuilding them to be denser, stronger, and more resilient. If you reach this deep, slow-wave haven with the proper nutrient reserves, an incredible cellular transformation occurs. Your system enters a state of pure anabolism, completely shutting down the cellular pathways that degrade muscle tissue. You wake up feeling anchored, deeply restored, and physically capable. However, as we age past 60, our biological ability to access and sustain this deep sleep sanctuary severely deteriorates. Because of age-related nutrient deficiencies and a chronically overstimulated nervous system, millions of seniors are locked out of slow-wave sleep entirely. Instead, they spend the night tossing and turning in a shallow, restless state of twilight consciousness. This shallow sleep is not merely unrefreshing, it is actively destructive to your physical freedom. When your body is denied deep sleep, it interprets this restless state as an internal crisis, triggering an emergency survival mechanism. The brain signals the adrenal glands to flood your system with cortisol, the body's primary catabolic stress hormone. In a cruel twist of biological irony, cortisol sustains your internal organs through the night by aggressively dismantling healthy muscle tissue, stripping away your hard-earned protein fibers, and converting them into emergency energy. This is the hidden horror of nighttime muscle autophagia, your body literally cannibalizing its own skeletal foundation to survive a restless night. This explains why morning weakness and leg shakiness are so devastatingly consistent for seniors. It is not a reflection of what you did yesterday, but a tragic consequence of what failed to happen overnight. The deep, life giving repair that your muscles desperately needed was entirely replaced by a systematic, hormone driven destruction. To halt this nighttime devastation and breathe new life into aging muscles, we must introduce a precise combination of 6 extraordinary compounds that work in perfect harmony to rebuild your body from within. This is why the simple combination of dried figs and warm milk acts as a clinical shield against muscle wasting. The first guardian in this protocol is highly bioavailable magnesium. 3 dried figs deliver an abundant dose of this essential mineral, which immediately works to deactivate the hyperactive receptors that keep your nervous system in a state of chronic stress. By calming these neural pathways, magnesium coaxes your paraspinal and leg muscles out of defensive guarding, paving the open highway for your body to slide into that elusive, deep, slow-wave sleep where muscle preservation happens. Working side by side with magnesium is the second vital compound, potassium. As one of the richest whole food sources of potassium, dried figs help regulate the delicate electrical potential across your muscle cell membranes. This critical stabilization prevents the sudden, involuntary nighttime contractions and agonizing calf cramps that violently rip seniors out of deep rest, ensuring your muscle fibers remain in an uninterrupted state of peaceful recovery. The true magic, however, occurs when these fruits are paired with warm milk, introducing the third compound, calcium. Sourced from the milk, calcium works in a beautiful, synergetic dance with the magnesium found in the figs. While calcium is required to initiate a clean muscle contraction signal, magnesium is required for the subsequent relaxation signal. When both minerals are present simultaneously, the complete contraction-relaxation cycle of your muscles is fully restored, eliminating the incomplete relaxation that leaves your muscles tight, strained, and structurally vulnerable throughout the night. Meanwhile, the fourth compound, natural melatonin hidden within the figs, goes to work. Beyond its famous role in guiding sleep, melatonin is a fierce protector of muscle health, directly shielding the mitochondria inside your muscle cells from oxidative stress and maintaining their physical density. This defense is further amplified by the fifth compound, ficin, a unique proteolytic enzyme native only to figs. Ficin reduces localized inflammation within stressed muscle tissues, allowing nutrients to flow freely into the fibers. Finally, the sixth compound, tryptophan from the warm milk, provides the essential amino acid backbone that your brain uses to synthesize its own overnight serotonin and melatonin. Together, these 6 magnificent compounds construct an unbreakable biochemical armor around your muscles, transforming the night from a time of quiet destruction into an era of profound structural rebirth. To unlock the full protective armor of these 6 compounds, the element of time must be treated with absolute precision. This is not a casual evening snack. It is a meticulously timed biochemical intervention. You must execute this protocol exactly 30 minutes before your head hits the pillow. This specific window is determined by the laws of human digestion and metabolic synchronization. 30 minutes is the precise amount of time required for the highly bioavailable magnesium in the figs to enter your bloodstream and reach peak concentration, just as the tryptophan from the warm milk undergoes maximal conversion into serotonin. By hitting this exact moment, you align these external nutrients perfectly with your brain's natural internal cascade of sleep onset. If you eat them an hour too early, the peak is wasted while you are still awake. If you eat them right before lying down, your digestion disrupts your sleep architecture. The protocol itself is beautifully straightforward, accessible, and grounded in nature. Every single evening, 30 minutes before sleep, select 3 high-quality dried figs, either the Calamirna or Mission variety, both of which possess the necessary nutritional density. Pair them with a small glass of milk, heated to a comforting, soothing warmth. It must not be cold, as cold liquids shock the digestive tract, and it must not be boiling, which can degrade the fragile amino acids. If your body cannot tolerate dairy, a warm glass of oat milk serves as an outstanding tryptophan-rich substitute. Consume this evening ritual slowly, chewing each piece of fruit thoroughly to initiate the enzymatic breakdown in your mouth, allowing your body to absorb every drop of nourishment. Once finished, transition directly into bed within that 30-minute frame. Commit to this unbroken cycle for 14 consecutive nights. Do not guess your progress, measure it. Every morning, the moment you step onto the floor, rate the stability and strength of your limbs on a scale from 1 to 10. By the fifth night, a subtle but profound anchored feeling will begin to take root, compounding beautifully over the 2-week period. However, because figs are naturally rich in concentrated sugars, a vital note of caution must be shared. If you are actively managing diabetes or navigating blood sugar sensitivities, please consult your healthcare professional before integrating this nightly protocol into your routine. The journey of reclaiming your physical vitality after 60 is ultimately a lesson in understanding that your body never truly wishes to betray you. For years, we are taught to look at the slow decay of our strength, the morning frailty, and the shaking limbs as an inevitable tax we must pay to time. We accept the loss of our independence as a natural conclusion to a long life. But the transformation we observed in Arthur's Foundation teaches us a far deeper truth. Aging is not a progressive sentence of weakness, but a call for more precise, compassionate care. Your body is a magnificent, self-healing structure that fights for your survival every single second of the day. When it fails to protect your muscles during the night, it is not out of malice or structural exhaustion. It is simply because it was left starved of the essential raw materials required to perform its nightly miracles. The profound lesson to carry forward into your life today is that true wellness is found in the smallest, most intentional micro-habits. Massive, drastic changes, like exhausting your body with strenuous exercise or over-medicating with synthetic substances, often create more internal stress than healing. True, lasting strength is cultivated when we slow down, listen to the quiet rhythms of our biology, and honor the critical windows of recovery that nature has designed for us. You can apply this profound realization to your current life immediately by shifting your perspective from punishment to nourishment. Stop viewing your physical limitations as an irreversible sign of old age, and start treating your evenings as a sacred time for structural rebuilding. By taking control of that 30-minute window before you sleep, you are choosing to actively participate in your own physical resurrection. You are giving your muscles the grace to heal, your nervous system the permission to quiet down, and your future self the gift of uncompromised freedom. Do not allow another night to pass where your body is forced to tear itself down just to see the morning sun. Embrace this gentle, powerful shift and step into tomorrow with the strength and dignity you so deeply deserve. As we close our discussion today, we want to hear your thoughts on this natural approach to longevity. Do you personally prefer using simple, whole food remedies like this protocol to protect your health, or do you feel more comfortable relying on modern synthetic supplements? Please gently share your perspective in the comment section below so our entire community can reference and learn from your experiences. Finally, if you found real value in this deeply researched health insight, please take a brief moment to subscribe to our channel to support us and give us the motivation to keep creating more life-changing content for you.